George Rickman, May 12th, 2019. So, George, how did WCKC come to be? And talk about the size as you grew through from Westwood, as well as Cultus Lake, coming up into one Greg Moore Raceway. And how was Greg Moore named and all that stuff?
Sure. Originally, we had two clubs, Westwood Karting and Cultus Lake Kart Club. Before Cultus Lake was formed, they used to race with us at Westwood, and we used to race in a parking lot at Tradex. What happened after that is that Cultus Lake Club grew, and they lost the track that they were running on after they had left Tradex. So the search continued because we've been searching for probably about 10 years to find a home. And a couple of the guys at Cultus Lake met with some of the indigenous people here and that they knew, and they accommodated us by giving us a lease on the land to build a track. So the two clubs sort of came together and worked together, and we built the track. Cultus Lake Club went through a period where there was a tremendous decline in karting, and both of the clubs were suffering. And Cultus Lake decided that they were not economically viable, so West Coast Kart Club was then formed to incorporate the residual of Coastal and some of Westwood, and we formed the club because the track took over the responsibility of running events. The track was actually held under a non-profit before, but Cultus Lake opted out. They were one of our tenants. Westwood was one of our tenants. They went on to a different track, and then we amalgamated the Coastal and came up with West Coast Kart Club, and that took care of the racing and the track.
And you've been here since the beginning when it started?
Yeah, I've been here from probably 30 years ago. So I was here at the beginning when Westwood had almost died. We rebuilt Westwood, we got it going. We passed through the glory days at Tradex, and then we moved forward from there and got involved in building the track here, and yeah, we got it up and running.
So what are you hoping for in the next 5 years, 10 years coming up with West Coast Kart Club at Greg Moore Raceway?
We're looking to increase membership. You know, the demographic has changed somewhat in terms of the racers and the needs of racers. But we are responding with different programs. We're doing arrive and drive types of programs. We're working right now as a club to implement a kids program. So we'll have kids in from 5 years old and up. So we're seeing growth. We are working on improving the promotional aspect on websites and kind of moving into the 20th century. So that leaves the old people like me out of it, but the young guys are doing a great job. And to maintain a competitive position, we have always had a rich history of providing top drivers, and we want to maintain that history. So we've got a lot of drivers who have moved all the way through, in fact, as high as Indy. So yeah, we'll continue to pursue that.
Excited to see some drivers graduate into that. And I hear that Greg Moore is one of the top 10 tracks in North America. So proud name to have there. So thanks so much for your time, George.